I would just say even bringing it down to the basic just definition of what do we mean when we're saying legally protected and legal liability protection is that we are making a separation of your personal assets from the debts, liabilities, and obligations of your business. So if something were to happen, and a lot of times attorneys, we talk in like worst case scenarios, right? Because that's what we're trying to prevent. So if your business were to be sued and you don't have the appropriate legal liability protection in place, your personal assets are at risk to be used to satisfy a judgment. Whereas if you properly separate your personal from your business, then only the business assets themselves and the value of the business itself is what can be used to satisfy a judgment. And a judgment can come from a lawsuit. It can come if you breach a contract and you owe liquidated damages to the person on the other side of that contract. Obviously the easiest thing for people to wrap their heads around is a lawsuit because everybody kind of knows what that is and what that means if you lose. But if you were in a lease and you needed to break the lease, and we're not recommending doing that, but if you did, so long as you haven't personally guaranteed the lease, the landlord can't come after you personally for the rent. They can only go after the LLC. And if the LLC has no money, there's nothing to be paid. So that's why we want to make sure that your home, your savings, your retirement account, anything like that, that's yours personally that you have earned before, during, or after having this business doesn't become subject to the obligations of the business. If you are a sole proprietor, you're not allowed that distinction. Everything you do in business is the same as doing it personally. So that's where you do this entity formation, is for that legal barrier between the two.